in my hair. Oh my god. uh, I just was reading a comment from this guy. I'm not sure where he's from, but like I said, I really don't use names. Um, uh, I really like what he said. Um, being honest with what's going on with him. That honesty really teaches you a lot. Where you're not lying to yourself by saying you're okay when you're really not. Um, it, I've been doing that all my life, thinking I was okay and saying like that too, wearing a mask, and I'm sure a lot of you understand what I mean by that. There's a lot of things that have been happening to me uh, lately while being sober. This stuff never ends. The problems, the issues, these events, these things that go on every day, it never ends, which is why we say we have to keep fighting for our lives, because our old self could easily come back, and when we're not careful, and we could just turn around and go right back to that horrible life of drinking and drugging, and just fall right back into that deep darkness of misery and pain, crying about little things, and it's because of how we perceive things. The, a lot of people perceive things so wrong, and they take it too personal when it doesn't have anything to do with them. They think the world revolves around them. And like I said in my other video, yeah, a lot of those times it was, to me, it was me, and what they say is, pour me, pour me another drink, Anyway, I I've been disabled for 34 years now. I still don't get disability, and like I said, my food stamps stopped because of my wife's income, and we don't live together. There's no room at her mom's house for my tools and the things that I have. I can't work on my jewelry around the children that are there. It's too toxic for them. One of my brother's babies died because he was working on his jewelry in the same house with his baby. Anyway, I I I don't really have much, but still, I can't just barge into her mom's house. We don't have a house of our own, so anyway, I don't have that kind of money right now to be building anything. In fact, probably down to zero now in my account. But that don't really bother me anymore. I Because I accepted who I am and how I am now. What's making me behave the way I am now? It's not all that hard. It's the way I learned was the way I'm thinking now. If I was thinking the really wrong things over and over like I was before, stuck in a prison, my own prison, constantly like a skip record, repeating the same behavior what they call a pattern, where the I'm sorry doesn't appeal. I mean, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't count because it's a pattern. Anyway, um, what you're thinking makes you feel that way. So whatever you're feeling is gonna make you behave in that way. So I feel a lot better. I'm happy. I I'm okay. Even though I'm alone, I don't really have much. But lately, the pain, physical pain, my phantom pain, because I'm disabled, of course, it came back even worse, and it's been really frustrating for me. But still, I've learned to live with it and cope with it. And about a year ago, I found out I had plantar fasciitis, and this doctor I was seeing in Winslow, he was doing was putting insoles in my shoe, and it wasn't helping. He wasn't even telling me like how to relieve that pain. I actually went on YouTube and found a lot of ways to take care of it. Although it's real hard, it hurts, especially when you're wearing a prosthetic leg. And now I found out I went to a different hospital in Tuba City. They did an X-ray, and they told me I had a heel spur. And that doctor said, "Oh, I'll give you some shots, and we'll see if it works." And I said, "Can't you just take it out, like surgery?" Because I've heard about that. And he said, "Yeah, we can, but I want to try these shots and see if it'll work. And it's not gonna last long," he said. I said, "You know what, man? I don't want the shots. Just do the surgery," I said. And he said, "How soon do you want it?" I said, "Right now." And he just said to wait. He couldn't do it right then and there, so he said to 2 weeks. So this past 2 weeks I've been dealing with it, and we had a corn grinding ceremony for the girls, where you have to help the women set up the place for her to grind at our village house. So each girl grinds corn at her grandmother's from her. I'm not really sure which way um, it goes, but my mom had one, so we had to set up for her. My brother-in-laws and other people helped her, but still I was doing other things for her, and it really hurt my foot. I was okay. I was falling around and things, but still able to walk, and I try not to stay on it too long because it would hurt. And finally, it just really broke me down. And usually in the past, I would fucking lose it and just really start drinking again because it wasn't going my way. So anyway, early this morning, I had the surgery, and they didn't give me no wheelchair. I don't know why they don't do these things. I mean, I can't even put any weight on my leg. I went up there with crutches because obviously I don't need my prosthesis, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to stand on my leg to put my prosthesis back on my foot actually. So when I got home, I hobbled in here on my foot, and that was the only way I could get in here because I didn't have no wheelchair, and that shit fucking hurt. Oh, sorry, my cussing. I usually, oh god, That's another thing. A bad habit of mine is cussing. Sometimes I get caught. Catch myself doing it when when I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. I don't, cause I'm sure probably you're watching it with your kids or whatever. But anyway, so I had to. I'm wearing this thing. It's a cushion that I took out of this boot. They had given me this boot to wear like 2 weeks ago. I just ripped it out of here. It's just velcroed in there. To relieve that pain, it gave it stability from just hanging to the side. So it's not hurting that much now. I felt all that numbness go away, so I can feel my toes now. It still hurts, yeah, but I can't really stand on this. And I'm like this. I can't put any weight on it. If I was to try to get up on my crutches. I was still cleaning up in here. So look at this, my work table. I need to get rid of all this stuff here. This whole room, this whole area through here was really filled with boxes, empty boxes of the care packages that I was giving out, the food and stuff. I finally came home and cleaned it up, and because this is where I stay at. I set up my drums now though, so I don't know if you can see it over there. And my TV and my stereo, my clothes, it's all dirty. I need to wash them, but I can't really do anything right now. My tools and my music, my videos, and other stuff that I need to put away yet. All I need to do is throw that junk away that's on the sink over there and go through that stuff on the top of that cabinet. The washing machine and the stove, I don't know what my mom and them want to do with it. This is her house, so I can't just throw them out. The refrigerator that was in here was broken, so I took that out. So that's where my clothes is at. But anyway, this is the condition I'm in right now. I can't change it right now. Sooner or later I'm gonna wanna go use the bathroom. I can't stay at my mom's because there's no bed over there for me. My sister and her daughter stay there, and my mom sleeps on the couch. So I can't stay there. Even if I was close there to the restroom, how am I gonna be able to stand up to the toilet and use the restroom, you know? And how am I gonna get back off the toilet? Okay, I've been thinking about this all day long. I called the Hopi Healthcare Center. I called Tuba City again and asking them why they didn't help me with a wheelchair when I was asking them for it. Before I left, I needed it. I told them. Just the one nurse said it's gonna take like 2 weeks to get it, and I'm thinking, how the hell am I supposed to use the bathroom here? Because there's no running water in here. I don't have a porta john outside. When I got into this accident 34 years ago, I was tied to a bed, what they call traction, and I was in that bed for a whole month, and I was pooping in a bedpan like an old man. I was only 20 years old. I mean, god damn, I couldn't. I didn't use the bathroom for about a whole week because I didn't wanna. I mean, I didn't know these things back then, so I finally just had to because they said they were gonna stick this tube up my ass, and I didn't want that, so I ended up having to use that bedpan, and later on I just started using it, and now it came back. I think I know that's the only thing that I'm gonna be able to use in here, cause I can't get up off my bed. I think a lot of people, like for me, for instance, I gave up real easily. I didn't care because I didn't know that I wasn't loving myself. That's why I was hurting myself. I learned that the more you love yourself, the more you care about yourself. And that's when you start to really understand the dynamics of not hurting yourself. Okay? So if I was still like that, I would probably already be drunk right now and probably dead. I don't know. I have a real gun now, and I keep it hidden. I just put it away. I use it. The dogs have been attacking a lot of people out here. They killed a little girl in Hopevilla, another village north of us, and after that they told us we could carry our guns. So that's why I can't run from them. And when I got bit twice now in the past year, and I didn't have my gun at the time when those dogs bit me. They're smart, and I know they probably knew that I wasn't armed. I think they can smell it, of course, like the sniffing dogs with the cops, the canines, and I know they can smell your fear and all that crap, your anger, whatever you're feeling. Anyway, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm still happy inside. I, my my little niece and her mom, they brought me some munchies. They brought me some chips and a little tomato soup or vegetable soup, and looks like some spaghettio or whatever, a different brand, and just different kinds of chips. See, I don't know where they got these. Probably from a care package at their village. Uh, a lot of since COVID. I mean, way before COVID. Since I was a little boy, the tribal leaders nowadays they don't help us. We don't get per cap. We don't have casinos because money isn't supposed to be in our lives in the Hopi way. We're not supposed to have that. There's certain rules that were given to us that we had to follow in order to live up here in this fourth world. That Hopi creation story of how we ended up here in this fourth world, and those rules, very simple, was supposed to live off the ground. The ruler of this world, the caretaker of this world, his name is Masao, and all he had was a planting stick, a bag of seeds, and a water jug. And he told us, I'm gonna teach you how to plant. And there's other things that happen in that story of how he got up here. So we're not supposed to. He, he said, "I'm not giving you this land. You're only borrowing it," he said. And so I'm gonna give you rules to live by. And to me, they're simple. So we're not supposed to fence it in. We're not supposed to fight over it. We're not supposed to sell it. And what else was it? We're not and we're certainly not supposed to destroy it. So, and there's other things that go along with it too. Um, we're supposed to be kind and loving, humble towards each other's, helping one another, um, living in harmony. And back then it was real simple, like the other videos that I uploaded with my great grandfather on there. He was the first Hopi chairman. He was always helping people here in the village. Some of the houses are still built that are still being used. The ones him and his relatives had built for the people here. And you can tell because the doorways are more narrower back then of which houses they built. So that's Peter Navamsa Sr., our first Hopi chairman. So he was always helping the Hopis up here, but certain traditionalists were always fighting him. So I have him with me right here. I put him over my heart. He's the one that gave me my nickname, Wendy. My older sister couldn't say Farron. Excuse me, getting the hiccups. All she could say was Wewen. And so after that, he named me Wendy. Wewen. Then the elders, with their dialect, the Hopi dialect, they call me Wenti. No, hardly anybody knows me by Farron. They don't even know my white man name. So, but my true Hopi name that I chose for my last name is Nakiawaiwisa. It's from my godfather, their Bear Clan, and his mother washed my hair. The whole family, they all gave me Hopi Bear Clan names because they're Bear Clan. So I chose her name as my last name. So anyway, it's Nakiawaiwisa, which means medicine bears. Short. That's just a short version of the way I see it. It means a group of bears following each other's in a single file, wearing nakia around their necks, medicine bags, on their way to heal the people. Nakiawaiwisa. That's what that means. And I don't know, I've always been helping people since I was real young, since junior high. But I had a scheme going back then too. That's why but then I was always telling my friends to help me, but I would tell them, if they don't give us money, just don't get angry. So most of them would give us like sandwiches and soda chips, to eat. Others would take us inside and feed us, and once in a while we'll get money from them. Then we'll use that to spend on weed. So anyway, I wasn't really an alcoholic yet back then, so we were always getting high like that. Always a scheme. But anyway, so a lot of things that I learned is the controlling part. I, if you try to control things, you're trying to make it go your way. And when it doesn't turn out in your favor, we get angry. And then we just say, fuck it, because it's not working. And our old behavior comes back. But the reason why we're behaving that way is from our childhood. Because all these years, we've been suppressing our anger, our frustration, our madness, our emotions, our sadness, all these things that happen to us. We've been suppressing it inside of us, all this junk we've been piling up inside of us, and it's slowly building up. And pretty soon, we're gonna explode, just like a volcano, or like Dr. McIntosh would say, like a trash can. You put too much trash in there, it's gonna overflow. Same way, same concept with your emotions, your feelings, the way you think, the way you were brought up, make you think like that. Your environment, people that you grow up with, the influences that you have, the way you perceive these things is what throws you off. That's what happened with me. So you gotta be real careful. You gotta think things real clearly all the way through to the end. What's gonna happen if I do this? What's gonna happen if I say this? What's gonna happen to me if I keep thinking like this? Don't do that. Stop it. Don't do that to yourself. Learn to love yourself. Forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up for the things you did wrong. Like for the things I did wrong to my son. That's the hardest thing for me to talk about. Because I know how I felt towards my biological father who was never here. And I was really never there for my son. I was there, yeah, but I was immersed in my cell phone. I was immersed in other shit with alcohol and drugs. And it's fucking hard. You don't want to fucking go through this shit every fucking day. Stop. Stop doing this shit to yourself. You don't want to live like this. You don't want to end up like me. Because this accident was alcohol related. There's other things behind it that I want to talk about yet. But not right now. There are a lot of things that I went through that's so fucking horrible with alcohol. You know, aren't you guys tired of living like this every single fucking day? Drinking and drugging and hurting yourself and your family, your kids. The way I did it too was I put myself next to me. What if there was another me right here, right now with me? How am I gonna put up with him? How am I gonna put up with Wen? What the fuck is he doing? Why the fuck is he doing that? Fucking get your shit together, dude. Otherwise, get the hell out of here, man. That's probably what I would have did to him if there was another me here. I'd probably beat the shit out of him too. Cause I'm like that with my anger. I fought a lot of people, even though I was disabled. And they get scared of me cause I don't fucking back down. That's the hardest part for me. is anger. It's because of my disability. Nobody understands what it's like to be like this. If you break your leg or sprain your ankle really bad and you end up on crutches for a short time, you'll have a taste of what I go through every single fucking day. But at least you don't have to put on a damn prosthesis every damn day. That's different. But now I accept it the way I am, who I am, why I'm the way I am. So I'm okay. I miss my wife. I miss my friends. I miss my music. I wish we could still play as much as we did in the past. But I'm okay. And there's a lot of other things that I want to talk about yet. Once we reach this breaking point, there's a part of us, the courage and the strength that suddenly appears from nowhere that we never knew we had. It comes out and it saves us. We save ourselves like that. But it comes from a higher power. It comes from Him. He's the one running the show. He's the one that's teaching me not to give up. I can do this. That's what you should be saying. Because I used to say, why me? Why me? It should be, why not me? Why not you? Because you can handle it. That's why. And He's teaching you a powerful lesson to get your shit together and get your life back on track. What you see here, that's all I have. It may not be anything, hardly anything, but I'm okay. The things you own, they end up owning you. And one of them is your phone. I got rid of my phone. I took myself off of Facebook. I deactivated all my accounts. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I need to upload my TikTok so I can deactivate that one too. It's a spider. These spiders are very dangerous. And where the hell did it go? I got bit by one of these several times and my whole crotch went numb. I got bitten between my legs and my balls, and my mojo went numb for several hours, and it was fucking painful. But anyway, so the thing is, just don't give up. It may not show you right then and there. Give it like 4 days and see what happens. Something might appear to you. That's why you have to remain clean and sober in order to pay attention to these messages, these opportunities that appear. You never know what it is. Maybe a person, maybe an enemy, or someone you love, or from a TV show, a movie, a magazine, music, wherever. They just come out. So you gotta pay attention every single moment of the day and live in the moment. Don't worry about 5 minutes from now, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Don't do that, because you're not gonna enjoy your life. There's good things happening right there in the day at that moment. And that's why you should be enjoying your life. Because you'll never be happy when you're constantly worrying about things. Don't do that to yourselves. Learn to love yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive all those that hurt you. And go out and apologize to those people that you hurt. Some of them may not accept it, but at least you know yourself know that you at least had the courage and strength to face them, apologize to them, not through social media. Don't text them. You go up to them and hug them and tell them you love them and tell them how sorry you are. Be sincere. Don't fucking wear a mask and try to lie to them. Don't pee on my back and tell me it's raining, you know? Shit. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. So anyway, I love you all, man. And whoever you are, um, JS, I guess, I love you too, because you're human. That's how we should be treating each others, with love and respect, kindness, compassion. I wish I could hug you right now, man, because I know what it's like. I've been there, man, too many times, and I'm tired of it. You take care of yourself, man. I'll be here.